Keep it up.
Hello everybody and welcome to the very late live stream of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Tier 2 of the Slipstream League Racing. We are joining now into the qualifying session of this Grand Prix. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but the YouTube stream was offline and for now we are focusing only on Twitch. Let me catch you up to the recent events as we are not just underway in the qualifying session here in Baku. It is raining heavily and first Williams, Brad Reed, is already out of the session. He has crashed on his outlap, which means he'll be starting all the way from the back at this moment if everybody else make the time. I am now here joined by my lovely friend on the commentary team.
Hello guys, I hope you enjoyed the wet qualifying in Baku. It was time to say wet race, I think.
Yeah, we'll see if the wet race will be wet as well. And we have another DNF, that is McLaren of Guria. Guria or Gura? It is
La.
Guria. Yeah, Gurla is out of the session as well. He also didn't set the time at the moment. We have 2 DNFs, and it's not even the beginning of the lap times. Tipsy Bob with some issues. He was off from the track, and now he's coming back on. But this raining qualifying session is probably going to be the best part of the weekend if the race will be dry, because, again, the wet races are one of the most favorites for the commentary team and for the fans, because those are so exciting. We saw that in last week during the special anniversary F2 event in Brazil with the rain pouring down. That was incredible. A lot of mistakes, a lot of difficult moments. For the moment, we're still waiting for the first lap times of each and every one of the drivers. We're still looking at the person who might make a mistake. The first
I think we are clear in YouTube also. We can.
Oh, that's good news.
Okay, I don't think we have any other problems.
Alright, so we'll see if the YouTube will work for now. The info is that it should be working, even if it's not, then still Twitch is online. One way or another, we have the first time of the session from Christian. He is now standing at provisional pole, of course. He's the only the person who only stood the time for now. We're going to see how his opponents will do. Fox is going slower than Christian, and so is Crazy Joe. So after 3 lap times, Christian is still on top. Tilde makes the second best time of the session so far, pushing Crazy Joe's and his teammate Fox down the places. We're still waiting for different times. We have Red Bull driver Vitsace coming down across the finish line. He is at provisional P4 at the moment. Tipsy Bob is on his out lap. JC is making it work. Bebix is also working on a quick lap already.
JC is coming to the end, and he's going second place.
We have second place for JC in Red Bull. Nice time from him. A lot of yellow sectors again between the Ferrari, McLaren. McLaren must have
Meepo out of the race.
And Mepo is out of the session. Where did he crash though? I can't see it well. Yeah, I can see it now. Sector 3, that's where Meepo is out. So free person will not have a time set at the end of the qualifying session. This is going to cause a lot of interesting starting positions. Looking at those conditions, I can't wait for the race to see if it's dry or wet, because it's going to be exciting looking at those conditions right now. A lot of drivers struggling for the grip and to keep the car even on the track, not even managing to get the best time. Christian is still looking at the first position. Tilde has decided to retire in the pit lane. The question is why? Is he retired in the pit lane, right? I don't think he crashed. So that's weird. He's at the moment presumably P3, but there will be definitely more occasions to improve himself, unless they know that the conditions will not get better. Maybe they know it. We don't know it in here, but for now we're still looking at some other drivers who are fighting to make some lap times. We have our gamer on a quick lap, second sector. We have Dice on a quick lap. We have Bebix on a quick lap, also second sector. And Tipsy Bob is in the garage at the moment. Basco is on an out lap. Dice and Tunari also working on a quick lap. The first one to cross the finish line should be Fox has made an improvement. He's now up into second, so that's a good improvement from him, but still nobody came close to Christian. He's still sitting at the provisional pole position. This could be interesting between all the top drivers. We don't have equals today on the grid. Also, we don't have
Foxman.
Yellow flag, and that is Fox. Oh, and he's hit the wall as well. He was out into the first corner, and he was trying to get back, hitting the wall twice, I believe. A lot of debris in this sector, and a broken front wing for him. Bebix make a third time now. What a beautiful lap from him. But still, Christian is unstoppable for now. Tipsy Bob is on an out lap.
I will have to apologize to our viewers, because I need to fix something, so I'm gonna pause the game a little bit. Give me a few seconds, guys. Please forgive me.
Okay, so we don't have visuals for now, but they can still hear us, right? Okay.
Yes.
So, for the moment, we're still waiting for some new lap times. At the moment, the one who are working on a quick lap are Dice and Tunari. Dice is about to finish his first lap. Tunari is also working on it. Our gamer is still in the pits, however. Basco is now on an out lap, so is Tipsy Bob. Yellow flag sector 2, that's McLaren. That's the McLaren, and now which McLaren is it? Because we have Guria and Tunari out, and Tunari's out! Tunari's also out. None of the McLarens will have a set time. That was weird. And that's basically out for Tunari. So a lot of drivers will not have time after the qualifying session. This is absolutely amazing. We have Tunari, Mepo, Radweed, Gula, and Tilde. Well, I mean, Tilde does have time, but he only made one lap, and that's it. He's sitting at P6, presumably at the moment. but there's only one person with time below him, that's Crazy Joe's. If he's gonna improve, that's it for him. Christian makes even better lap, 1:52.318. That's a great time for that Alfa Romeo, and he looks for now to be comfortable pole position sitter. He's absolutely smashing it in the session, 2 seconds clean ahead of the second place Vetsace in Red Bull. Absolute dominance from him. Bebix then in third, Fox in fourth, JC in fifth, Tilde in sixth, Crazy Joe's in seventh, Tipsy Bob 8th because he still hasn't made a time. Basco is also working on it right now. He is on a quick lap himself. We have another yellow flag. That is for... that was, I think, just some passing, because not every yellow flag does have to be a crash, but we just have to be careful because on this track, on those conditions, as every single yellow flag can be some kind of accident, we saw that already, and we have another attempt of quick lap for Tipsy Bob. He already tried to make one, he failed this time. Maybe he's gonna make it right now. Tipsy Bob beginning his quick lap. Basco is in second sector, already done with that. He's already looking to get the best third sector, and I'm pretty sure Basco just got a purple second sector unless the game is glitching again, but that's what the game told us so far. Is Basco gonna be able to top Christian? So far no one even came close to this. Basco is coming down the final back straight, across the finish line he almost goes, and this is gonna be a pole position provisionally for Basco as he goes across the finish line. I don't think it will be. No, it is not. Basco goes fourth. Only P4. Looking at the fact it was, I suppose, purple second sector, that's not the best time, but again, we don't know if just the game didn't glitch. It happens from time to time. JC is on an out lap, and Tipsy Bob is trying to make his first time lap. Our Gamer and Dice are as well on an out lap.
I want the viewers to tell me if the stream quality is good, if there are any FPS drops or anything else. Guys, please let me know.
Give us your feedback about the quality of the YouTube and Twitch stream, because we're now dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so let us know how it is. And we have a Sector 2 yellow flag. I don't think that's someone letting other person through. That is someone out. Who is that?
Dice!
And that is Dice, who is also out, and Dice also didn't have a time set. That's another team without time, because not only McLaren but also them, Tipsy Bob is out as well. This is drama. Only 8 drivers so far has got time in this session, and if our Gamer will deliver his final lap, it'll be only 9 riders out of 15 to make a time in the qualifying session. How ridiculous is that? I mean, we can't blame them.
Eight racers have time.
Yeah, 8, but we're still looking at our Gamer, who I believe, I mean, I hope he will cross the finish line in one piece, because again, he might still crash himself, but if he won't, then we're gonna have 9 riders in total with the time set. So we're just holding our fingers for our Gamer that he won't share the fates of both Williams driver, both McLaren drivers, one Ferrari driver, one AlphaTauri driver, who are DNF'd without making a single timed lap in this session. The conditions are extreme.
And we don't know if the race is gonna be raining.
Yeah, we still don't know if the race is gonna be raining. Maybe some drivers from the grid who are watching the stream might give us an info in the chat on YouTube or Twitch to let us know how we're looking at for the race, because I'm very interested in how is this race gonna look like. Because if this is the trailer of what we're gonna get in the race, in the main race, then this is gonna be absolutely incredible. I mean, I just can't wait to see all this chaos and pandemonium go down. Our Gamer looking to get his lap time. He's entering the final sector right now. We'll see if he'll be able to cross this, get this car across the finish line clean. Final corner, now down the main straight. I don't think there's any space to make a mistake in here. So now the last question is, where is our Gamer going to set himself at this time? It's looking good. Yellow flag sector 2 for Aston Martin. Our Gamer comes across the finish line, and he's on second place, front row provisionally for Mercedes driver. Well done. It took him a while, 5 minutes left in the session, but that's a great time for him. We have another cars out on an out lap. We have Fox from Aston Martin preparing himself for the quick lap. So is Vetsace in Red Bull getting ready, and Crazy Joe's is on a quick lap in that Haas. He's at provisional P3 at the moment. Christian still hasn't left the pits. He's confident. I mean, is this confidence, or is this the fact that he knows he won't, it's not going to
Oh, we have a lot of wobbling in the cars.
Yes, that's Red Bull. Oh my god.
I know the game has improved the grip levels, theoretically, but Baku is a very slippery race either way.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of elevations is just making it so difficult.
Mercedes is having problems. keeping the car steady.
Yeah, I mean, look at Vaitse's. What is going on? He's just drifting across the corners. It's not just he's just turning, he's just drifting across every single one of them.
Maybe it's more like wet conditions instead of intermediates.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's already raining for wets, or perhaps he has some kind of damage. I'm not sure, but definitely this is interesting. Maybe that's because this is why not Christian is coming out. I mean, he's now on an outlap, and he's on the intermediates, so the conditions can't be that bad if he's coming out now on intermediates.
I don't know, I see a lot of cars struggling to keep the rear end in place.
Yeah, Ocean Chief just joined as a driver in the pits with 3 minutes to go. Is he gonna be able to make a lap for himself though?
Yeah, if he puts on minimum fuel, he can do one hot lap easily.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to be careful because getting across the finish line in one piece is a difficult task here in Baku today, so we're gonna see if he's gonna be able to do that.
JC, P3.
So we have JC now up into P3, well done for him, but still Christian is unbeatable at the moment, it seems like, and he's still trying to improve that time that he is sitting on provisional pole. Our gamer is now on a, I believe, in lap. We're still having yellow flags, and that is for Mercedes. Yes, our gamer, he's just coming in, low fuel, that's understandable for him. JC, he is now, I think, also on an in lap because he just made a time. Crazy Joe's, Vatsites, and Bebik's not coming out. Neither is Basco. Fox is actually on a quick lap, but he's not improving anything at all.
He has invalidated.
Yeah, he has invalidated lap time. He's coming in the pits. That's not going to be afforded. She was very close to the walls as well. Ocean Chief retires. He's not going to make an attempt for the lap.
At least he joins. Maybe he doesn't want to interfere with wet conditions.
Yeah, maybe he's not gonna do that. I wonder, because he's presumably P13 at the moment, is he gonna start from this position? I mean, he'll basically overtake 3 drivers despite not making it through the finish line. That would be interesting though. I'm not quite sure. Alright, we have 2 minutes on the clock, and I don't know how to say this, but Christian is improving at this moment. This is incredible. He's at the provisional pole position, sitting
1.3 improvement.
1.3. I mean, this guy is about to make 150 lap while everybody else is trying to make 152. That is, I don't know how to explain this. This is incredible. Mercedes driver on the yellow flags. I'm pretty sure he's just out of fuel. We're just gonna have to wait and find out. Christian looking to improve. How is he gonna improve after sector 2? Is he gonna lose even more time? Fox is retired already. Was that a fastest sector? I'm pretty sure that was the purple sector for Christian as he's coming across the second sector. Is he going to improve or not? I mean, who can challenge Christian at this moment? We have our gamer, possible competitor, but it's going to be difficult. JC is on the track as well. Yellow flag for, that is Red Bull driver, Vatsice, who is out of this qualifying session. He must have crashed there because he's standing there in the middle of the track. And he is definitely out at presumable P5. Christian is preparing to finish his lap, finishing sector 2 already. Alpine ahead of him. Let's hope he's
purple sector 2.
Second, yes, purple sector improving by over a second. I mean, almost a second, but still, what a domination for now.
He has in front the Bibix in front of him. I don't know if it's gonna be a problem.
Is Bebby's gonna let him through? I mean, he should. He's actually gonna use that. Look at this. He's using the drag. How genius is that? Across the finish line, he's gonna be towed by this taxi of Alpine, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be even better. Yes, it is 151.93. How amazing is that? Look at the difference between pole position, presumably of course, and the front row.
Well, gas.
Wow.
Well, gas. Crazy Jones has hit the wall.
Yeah, Crazy Joe's hit the wall hard. He's losing his front wing, which means that's basically end for him because the person who started his last lap, they can still finish this lap and get an improvement. But if you haven't started this lap, this is it for you. So Crazy Joe's retires. We're looking at our gamer, JC, Bebix, and Basco. Only 4 drivers at the moment who are trying to improve their lap times. And look at this, our gamer. We have a yellow flag. That's for Haas still because his bot is still doing that. So. Who's going to cross the finish line first? I believe it's going to be JC. He's improving by half a second. Of course, not enough, not even close enough to fight for pole position, but this is going to be a fight for the front row. Is JC going to be able to stick it on P2 with our gamer still on his lap? JC is going to be the first to cross the finish line. He's in provisional P3, and he is He's going across and he is up into P2 presumably. We're still gonna have to wait for our gamer. He's also improving. Our gamer looking to get that P2 back. Across the finish line he goes. He wins that back. It's a blow-to-blow between the Red Bull and Mercedes, just like in real life. Bebix is improving. Bosco is improving by over a second. There's so many improvements on the final laps. Who's gonna take which position? It's now only Bebix and Bosco on the track. Bebix will be second, coming home second, because first across the finish line will be Bosco. We'll see how is he gonna go. Bosco across the finish line, and where is he gonna be sitting at? He was at P7 at the moment, and after this lap, he is at P4. Can Bebix do something about it? He's improving by over a second. Those conditions are getting much better. The final person to cross the finish line in this qualifying session, he takes that P4 away from him. What a qualifying session we had. Horrendous and amazing at the same time. Holy moly. I mean, you love wet races and wet qualifying session. You mentioned that. I start to understand why you love them so much. I mean, holy. So let's sum this up. We have Christian on pole position for the race. Our gamer up in the front row. JC is third. Bebix is fourth. Bosco is fifth, then Crazy Joe's, Vetzels, Fox, Tilday, Tipsy Bob, Gurla, Vlad Reed, Ocean Chief, Icewind, then Mepo, Dice, and Tunari. That's the grid we have right now in front of our screens. I mean, what a qualifying session. What can we expect from the race? We still don't know if it's going to be dry or wet at this point.
We still don't know. I don't have any info. You should know better.
Yeah, I mean, our Ferrari weather team are still reporting different things. We're just going to have to wait it out. Maybe we can ask some kind of Mercedes driver, but then again, Mercedes drivers are not the best at predicting rain, so we're just going to have to wait and see with our own eyes what it's going to be. I can see it's pretty dry, at least in the loading lobby, and
yeah, it's going to be dryish. So sad.
We can still have rain midway through the race, maybe.
I don't see any clouds. That's why I'm sad. I don't see any clouds.
You know how this game is. Sometimes there are clouds. Sometimes they just appear out of the blue. It's like, I mean, literally. So, final moments before it starts. Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the qualifying session. I hope it's not going to be the best we had tonight because it looks very promising, but then again, it was probably one of the best qualifying sessions of the season. I mean, the amount of drama in here, the amount of down-to-the-finish line racing between every single car to the final lap. We'll see if the race will be able to live up to those expectations because it just made us hungry, didn't it? I mean, the qualifying is just an appetizer. We want the main dish right now. I mean, what are we waiting for? There we are! It is time to begin the Azerbaijan Grand Prix of Tier 2. And here we go. Is Christian going to be able to hold his lead up into the turn 1 as they're going up very close side by side? Christian leads after turn 1. Our gamer side by side with JC, and JC takes P2 from our gamer, who's now dropped to third. Bosco is coming up into P4. He's going to be attacked by Bebix, but he's going to hold his ground. Crazy Joe's is down to 6. A lot of overtakes in the midfield. Guria goes up into P9. Ocean Chief goes up into 11th position. A lot of fight in the midfield. We're going to have to wait to get this all sorted out. We can now see the fight even in the bottom, guys, because Mepo
is fighting.
We have a first crash. Fox is out. I don't know if he's done Hamilton or if he was pushed out, but he's definitely in the place where Lewis Hamilton was back in the day, and so was Sebastian Vettel. So Fox is now down to the bottom. Christian is still holding his ground. JC following him through. Our gamer looking to attack, but he's not going to have enough pace. Going to have to back it up. Bosco in fourth, followed by Bebix. Very close to him. Then Crazy Joe's. Vatsice, who's already having Guria all over his back. Then Tilde. Ocean Chief goes up into P10. Vlad Reed is now in 11th. Mepo in 12th. Tunari 13th. Icewind 14th. Dice 15th. Then Tipsy Bob, and the final place is for Fox. We have presumable strategy for this race. We can go 1 stop or 2 stop. Yellow flag, and that is Dice, who's out of the session. And we have a safety car, the first safety car of the race. I mean, we were basically sure it's going to happen.
Not even the first lap.
Yeah, not even the first lap down. It's already a safety car. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Baku. I mean, have you seen what happened to Dice? I've lost count of everybody in this mix-up.
And here we have the strategies, either medium hard or medium soft.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see what happened to Dice. We can now see that, well, I don't even see him on the map, actually.
He was at the castle sector.
Oh, and he must have hit the famous wall. I mean, do you think he was saying to himself, Leclerc voice line, I am stupid?
Somebody's pitting.
Yeah, a lot of cars actually pitting. We have two cars, our gamer, we have JC, we have Icewind, so a couple of cars coming in right now.
JC has a front wing damage and probably that's why.
Yeah, JC definitely had damage. We can now see Icewind changing from softs to hards. This is going to be a gamble. This is going to be a challenge for him to go for the whole race on this hard compound. I mean, is it possible?
I don't think he will go hard all the way. I think he's betting for another safety car.
Maybe. I mean, well, it's basically obvious at this point it's going to be another safety car. I mean, we didn't even go one lap without it, and we still have 16 drivers, so it's very, very high chance we're going to have another safety car. You can now see the presumable strategy for different drivers. We have medium hards, we have medium, medium, soft, 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 mediums, depends on what you want. I mean, soft, soft, mediums usually are pretty bad, but on those conditions where you have safety car every 5 laps, not going to be a bad choice, I have to admit.
I don't think hards in this year's game give enough traction.
Well, yeah, I mean, they don't give enough traction to go full distance, of course, but then you have to include the amount of safety cars. If I were to bet my money, I would have to say we're going to have at least 2 more safety cars. With this, every safety car goes about for 3 laps, so basically you take away about 6 to 9 laps from this race. Then we only are left with what, 15 laps about? So maybe those hard can go 15 laps without getting too slippery. Maybe that's some kind of idea. I mean, we have to wait to find out, but this is definitely going to be interesting.
Let's see if Icewind will close the gap so we can have a safety car in this lap. No, we will have to wait one more lap.
Yep, we have to wait one more lap for the safety car to come into the pits. We can now see that there's only one person on a soft compound, that is Ocean Chief, who started all the way in the bottom. I believe it was P13 and is now up into P7. Of course, he gained free position under the safety car due to pit stops, but still, he climbed a couple of positions. That's good for him. And now the question is, how is he going to use these soft compound tires? Because every lap under the safety car, those softs are bleeding. And they're going to be bleeding even more after the safety car restarts. So we'll see how is he going to manage those tires.
We have the strategies one more time.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of options to go in this race, especially including every single possible outcome in terms of crash, safety car, and stuff like that. A lot of can go down. And I mean, it's not maybe the best action we have so far, especially not comparable to the qualifying one, but I'm sure after the restart we're going to have even more side-by-side racing. We had a lot of position shifts in the midfield and in the back of the pack right after the start into turn 1, a lot of mayhem. Dice is out, we had Fox going off into the Hamiltons deep because he has to go all the way back from there in the reverse to get back onto the track. So we'll see if the safety car is probably going to come in this lap. We are still waiting for them to go one more lap under the safety car, and Christian moved comfortably. I mean, he was pulling away quite a bit after the restart, after they started the Grand Prix, but he can't be safe for now. Look at this, Basco, who was, I believe, P4 in the qualifying, but now he's already up into P2, looking really strong right now.
At least the folks did not DNF.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have, at least we don't have as much DNFs as we had in the qualifying session. That's a good part. So we're gonna see. I mean, the race is still ahead of us. Like, this is just 3 laps out of 26. So who knows? Maybe we're gonna have a couple of more. I hope not, because we want to see as much racing as possible. But then again, this is a track that does not allow you to make a mistake. One mistake and you're out, buddy. So this is gonna be very difficult to race.
Welcome, Lepson, to the chat.
Alright, I believe this is about time we say goodbye to the safety car at the end of the lap, is it?
In theory, yes.
Oh, in theory, well.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it is official now in this lap. So Christian will be starting off this restart. He's slowing down a lot. I mean, holy moly. How much do they can go under the safety car? Like, it was 30 kilometers per hour? 30, the minimum? How much was it, the minimum amount of speed? You need to go like 50, right? Or 40?
Basically, the front driver calculates how much pace the rest will have.
Oh, okay. So, that's interesting. Alright, I can see a lot of people bunching up. This is very dangerous. Remember, even a slight contact can turn this race upside down for you, because a broken front wing on this track with this castle section, I mean, that's basically game over for you. That's a game ender. So they have to be really careful. And
he's off. He's off.
Ocean Chief is restarting already. Here we go. He's leading comfortably with Basco hunting him down. Bebix in first place. Is Basco going to make a turn into turn 1? No, he will not. Fox is getting ahead of Tipsy Bob. So is our Gamer. He's dropped in 2 places. Our Gamer goes up into P12. Tipsy Bob is fighting back. He's regaining P12. Beautiful fight there. We have our Gamer now drops to 13th with Fox to 14th. Icewind gets ahead of JC.
Ocean gained the place, overtaking Gurla.
We also have a battle in the back between JC and Icewind as well. Tipsy Bob is fighting our Gamer. A lot of fight for Mercedes driver at the moment. Both of them. Christian is leading for now comfortably. Basco is trying to get close to him, stick up on him. Bebix is hunting down Basco. Crazy Joes is right behind Bebix in 4th. Then we have Vatsites, Ocean Chief, who is already up into P6. He is climbing those positions. I mean, look at this. But he still has to work a lot more because they're pulling away from him. In the back, meanwhile, a lot of fight between Tipsy Bob, JC, and Icewind. Again, look at Icewind going up ahead of Fox again. Fox dropping place down to 14. This is going to be really tight. Look at this. JC also going ahead of Fox in his very tight corner. Something might be wrong with Fox. Just dropped 2 places very casually with no fight whatsoever.
Ocean Chief doesn't use his DRS to close the gap. I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's a hit! That's a big crash! Look at this! Aston Martin and McLaren both hit the walls. Tonawi gets a 5-second time penalty, so that must have been... yes, that was McLaren's fault, at least from the game's perspective. They both collided going into the corner. They've both lost their front wings. Virtual safety car deployed. Our Gamer... Tonawi and our Gamer... No, who was it? Tonawi and... Aston Martin of Tilde, they both lost front wings, and the game decided it was a fault of McLaren Tonawi, who now serves 5-second time penalty for that incident. I mean, they just both came in together, and both of them hit the wall. I couldn't see quite well who was at fault, but the game tells us it was McLaren Tonawi who's now going to suffer the penalty, and that was a big one. They both lost their complete front wings as they're coming into the pits right now, which is going to shake up a bit. The top 10 stays the same, but now we have Icewind up into P11, Fox up into 12, JC up into P13, Tipsy Bob into P14, Tilde and Tonawi are both in the pits right now. And Fox, what happened to him? He made a mistake under the VSC, and we are racing already again. The VSC is off for now. Christian is beginning to get an extended lead, and we have another yellow flag in the midfield. Look at this, Ocean Chief side by side with Vlad Reed.
It's Gurla. It's Gurla.
And what happened to Guria there? He was a yellow flag causer. I don't see damage on him for
I
now.
saw him on the corner, but I don't see any damage.
Okay, so let's go back to the midfield for now, because there's a lot of fight between P7
Ocean Chief is losing a couple of positions.
Our Gamer was trying to cut the corner to get the position done. He miscalculated that. He has to back it off. He's now down to P9 again. Ocean Chief is going to try to win this back against Meepo, but Meepo so far is comfortable at P7. Vlad Reed extending his lead, already a big gap of over 2 seconds out of Basco. He looks very confident here in Baku, not only in raining conditions, but also dry one. Basco is at the moment up trying to get close to him, but he's also trying to pull away from Bebix, who is hunting him down in P3. Crazy Joes is in P4, trying to close the gap towards Bebix. Vatsais is in P5, then followed by Vlad Reed, Mepo, Ocean Chief, our Gamer and his teammate Icewind, JC, Tipsy Bob, Fox, Guria, Tilde and Tonawi. Fastest lap goes for Christian again. I mean, this guy is just dominating. We have DRS enabled. Ocean Chief goes up into P7, down the back straight, coming into turn 1. He's already up into P7 ahead of Meepo. It's going to be close fight between those 3 gentlemen. Meepo, Ocean Chief, and our Gamer battling out for P7, 8, and 9. Crazy Jones, he's in. Oh no, he's gone off. Crazy Jones has gone off the same way Fox.
Oh my God. Ocean Chief managed to save the car.
And we're now going to have 4 cars coming in together because Crazy Jones is ahead of them. Yellow flag in sector 1. That's McLaren of Tonawi spinning out into turn 1. But look at the fight in the midfield. We have Crazy Jones following Mepo, who's following Ocean Chief, our Gamer, and Icewind. 5 cars going very close together. This is going to be good. I mean, big mistake from Crazy Joe's, who's done the same mistakes as Fox did in the beginning of the race, and so did Lewis Hamilton. Another mistake from Crazy Joe's, who's now going to give position to Meepo, who's up into P6. Ocean Chief tries to make the advantage, and he corrected him. Look at this, Alpha Tauri's in the wall after Crazy Joe's went into back of him. He is definitely going to have a lot of words with him after the race. That was a big one for AlphaTauri, who was basically all the way down to the bottom. He was dropped to P12. Meepo was running brilliantly. He gained a position on Crazy Joe's, who then basically ended his chance for points unless some big mishaps.
We have a big fight between our gamer and Russia, Chief. I don't know if you're watching that.
I'm trying to focus between our gamer and Ocean Chief, and then we also have a fight between, Crazy Joe's and our gamer, and Ocean Chief is defending from Icewind. There are two separate fights for two separate Mercedes drivers. I would have to, if I was our gamer, I would look out attacking Crazy Joe's. I mean, he proved he's not gonna give those positions easily, which definitely was felt by Meepo. We have another fastest lap, this time from Vlad Reed, and Icewind, is gonna get ahead of Ocean Chief now, and Crazy Joe's is gonna drop a position to our gamer, both Mercedes drivers making some overtakes for now. The top 5 are now stable because the only fight in the top 5 is between Brad Reed and Williams and the Red Bull driver Vetsays. But in the midfield, a lot of happening. Yellow flag again. That is Aston Martin driver, I believe. Tilde. Wait, no, we have Fox. That's Fox, who is out of this race. What happened to him?
I think he retired in the pit lane.
Yeah, he retired in the pit lane. So Fox has just decided to quit it for now, and Fox is out of the race. We are left with 15 drivers. Still, Christian leading comfortably, Basco in second, then Bebix, Vatsais, Brad Reed, then incredible fight between our gamer, Crazy Joe's, who's now defending from Icewind, who is following a trail. There is Ocean Chief as well, followed by JC, then Tipsy Bob and Meepo, who is coming back there. He's going to definitely try to get back in there. We have another yellow flag for McLaren driver, but that's just the CPU.
No!
And who was at Icewind?
You can't go. You can't go side by side at that sector. Come on, guys.
What happened? Who was he going side by side?
Oh my God! Icewind tried to go side by side with Crazy Joe's in the castle sector, but it's not enough room. So.
Oh my God!
He went straight to the barrier.
Wait, what happened to Guria? Guria gets a 5-second time penalty for getting speeding in the pit lane. But again, Crazy Joe's involved in another major accident, this time causing a safety car. I mean, Crazy Joe so far looks like a bad guy of this race. First he took out Meepo, now he was involved in the incident between himself and Icewind, which caused Icewind to be in such a shame. Icewind was working brilliantly, but now it's focused on the pit stop because there's going to be a lot of stuff in the pit lane. Bebix staying out. The leader of the race, Christian, now goes into the pit lane. Vatsai stays out.
Ocean should pit. Ocean should pit right now.
Yes,
he's going for the pits. Two mediums, two pits. What?
A lot of pit stops.
Did you see that?
What happened?
People overtook Ocean Chief in the pit lane.
Did he do Sebastian Vettel like in China?
Side by side, you will see it on the replay.
Well, I mean, as long as it was legal.
I don't know, it was before the speed limiter.
Yeah, that's fine, I believe. I mean, Sebastian Vettel did something familiar in China, right? Where he just went ahead of both riders and then just slowed down before the pit limiters, so I guess that's all fine. I mean, congratulations to him on this maneuver, it was definitely difficult. So the only people from the top 3 who haven't come into the pits are now Bebix, Vetsays, and our gamer. They are the only one who stayed out from the top guys. And then we have Christian, who is leading the pack. He's now 4th with fresh hard compound tires. He's going to be able to get them to the finish line if there will be no more complications. Bosco is in 5th. He's also got fresh hards. JC, Tipsy Bob, they both haven't pitted. Brad Reed, they did came into the pits for fresh hard, so did Crazy Joe's and Meepo. Ocean Chief came to the pits but for fresh mediums.
Yes, he's going for the 2 stops. I believe he's going for 2 stops.
Ocean Chief for 2 stops?
Ocean, yes.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's already lap 8, and then again, you have to wonder, can these tires last till the finish line? I mean, technically, that's
if you go for the 2 stop, yes, you can easily go for the mediums.
Well, we'll see about that. I mean, we can't plan too much in this race because, again, every other laps we have safety car. This is pure Baku experience. Like, this is the 100%. If anyone asks you what Baku is about, you just basically show them the amount of safety car crashes and stuff like that. And this is no difference in here.
Now that we have a safety car, we have to thank everybody on the Twitch channel for supporting. Thank you guys for joining the channel. I hope you enjoy what you see. We're trying to set up the community in Twitch. Feel free to follow. And to know we have a lot of very nice races, especially tomorrow with the Prime Championship.
Yeah. So thank you again to everybody who is supporting us in any sort of way on Twitch and YouTube as well. We still have one more lap of safety car, I believe, because at this lap everybody will get caught up. So we are on lap number 9, lap number 10 will be the racing lap. We're going to have 16 laps of racing remaining in this race with 3 drivers out so far. I mean, Crazy Joe's, he's basically became the villain of this Grand Prix. He took out Meepo early on, and look at this, Meepo is now 1 position behind him. I just can't wait to watch the restart of the Grand Prix and Meepo trying to get ahead of Crazy Joe's. I mean, I know there's going to be a fight in the front, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick to those 2 guys in the restart because I'm just curious what is Meepo going to do in terms of, I wouldn't say revenge, but like a payback towards Crazy Joe's. Meepo is doing great.
You think so?
I believe P7.
You think so?
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to wipe him out, but let's just say I wouldn't say it's going to be a clear race between those 2 until the finish line. Or I may be completely wrong. Maybe Meepo is the type of guy that has no enemies and he's just going to be completely chill about it. Again, let's not say Crazy Joe's is the bad guy at the end because I'm just using a metaphor, but we don't know how it looked like between those 2 guys. I mean, have you seen whose fault it was in terms of this collision between Crazy Joe's and Ice Cream? Was it just a racing incident or did somebody was to blame at this?
I'm trying to fix some things, guys. That's my now we have safety car in this lap, I'm sure about that. Yes?
Yeah, we do have a safety car in this lap.
Let's see Pipix how will start his race now.
So it's Bebek's gonna be restarting, followed by Vatsize, our gamer, then Christian, Basco, JC, Tipsy Bob, Vlad, Crazy Joss, Mepo, Ocean Chief, Tilda, Tunari, and Guria. This is gonna be
I think Pipix should not press the brakes.
Yeah, I mean, he is. Look at this dashboard. He is going on the brakes a bit. That shouldn't be happening. Alright, we're still waiting to get that perfect moment for him, looking for his chance to pull away from there. He's definitely not on the best compound. His tires are older. And he's already. There we go. Bybix is going to lead after the first back straight, but who's going to lead into turn 1? Look at Vatsize. He's looking to pick it up. No, he's still warming his tires, so I believe he's not going to make that move. Or is he? Look at this, coming closer. No, he's not going to do that. But look at our gamer down from P3, down the inside. No, he's going to have to back it up for now. He's staying in P3. Christian is coming there from P4. He's got fresh compound hard tires, so he's going to definitely try to make a move. Yellow flag in the back. That was between Tilde and one of the McLarens, and they're both out. Guria is coming into the pits, but Tilde is now spun into turn 1. We're back into the fight in the front. Bebix is still leading. Oh, look at Christian up into P3, and he's gonna make it up into P2 as well. Not quite yet, but he could have made a double overtake there. He's still there. He's still trying to get as close as possible. He's now up into P3. Bebix is using that situation. He's out of there. He's trying to build as much gap as possible. But look at Christian. He slipped the wall and he basically scraped it, but he's still gonna try to make a move on Vatsize up into P2. Vatsize is defending nicely. He's not going to let him through. Bebix is getting this chance and he's using it. He's already extending the gap over the guys in the back. Now this is about how quick can Christian get ahead of Vatsize. Our gamer is in P4 following these guys very tightly. Then we have Basper in P5, JC in P6, followed by Tipsy Bob, Brad Reed, Crazy Joes, Meepo, and we have an overtake. Christian has finally made a move up into P2, and now he's going to have to hunt him down up into P1 because Bebix is already about 1.5 ahead of him. But Christian,
and we have a spun. JC spun.
JC has spawned. I couldn't see if it was his own mistake or was it the contact, but JC has spawned across. He's now down into P12. Shame for him as well, having a very good race so far.
Our gamer attacking all ventures.
Yeah, look at those guys. Our gamer, Basco, Vatsize, 3 cars going side by side basically. Bradley gets ahead of Tipsy Bob. In the meantime, up into P6. No overtakes in this midfield for now. Gudia gets himself ahead of Tilde. And our gamer has to hold it for now. So does Basco. And that's our gamer! He spun
Oh my
as well.
god!
Our gamer has also spun. Look at this. Another mistake. And he's down into P11. Despite its dry conditions, so many driver errors today we have seen right now. And look at the lead. Bebix has already lost all the lead over the gap he was building over Christian. And Christian is basically going to make this anytime now.
Crazy George is fighting people.
Yeah, Crazy Joe's is now behind Meepo. He ended up there, and we'll see. These two have already been in this position once in this Grand Prix, where Crazy Joe's was behind Meepo. Meepo didn't like that, not bit. For now, Meepo looks to be a comfortable gap. We're entering the sector where this all happened. This was the corner we're entering, but look at the gap. Meepo is now confidently pulling away from Crazy Joe's. He's not going to have a chance to do that again. And he is already under pressure because Ocean Chief, he's right behind him on medium compound tires, way better than the hard tires he's running. So this should be a matter of not if, but when is Ocean Chief going to have another yellow flag?
Gamer DNF. In castle sector.
Another virtual safety car, and our gamer is out of this race. Both Mercedes driver has already DNF'd. What a shame.
And we have Gurla, and we have a lot of debris in the castle sector.
Oh my god, they had such a good run, those Mercedes
Safety car.
drivers, but they were both out.
Full safety car.
Full safety car, yes, full safety car it
Third
is.
safety car, guys.
So now, the question is, who's gonna come into the pits, and who's gonna stay out? This is gonna be beneficial for the guys who stayed out in the back last time.
It is too many laps for mediums right now. Too many laps.
I mean, you're saying this, but then again, after every single lap, we are seeing safety car after safety car after safety car. So maybe somebody's gonna take the gamble. Bebix is coming in this lap, Tipsy Bob is coming in this lap, and so is Ocean Chief. Who's gonna make the most beneficial decision? So, Bebix is ignoring your advice. He's actually going for medium tires. Ocean Chief, we'll see what he's gonna be choice. Tipsy Bob is also coming in for medium tires. So is Ocean Chief. It's either you are not the best strategy, my friend, or they're actually all taking the gamble because all the drivers who came into the pits right now are coming in for fresh medium coupled tires.
I don't know what to say. I'm so astonished about everything that's going on, and imagine it's a wet. It's a dry track, not wet like the quali.
Yeah, but arguably you can also say that in the dry conditions it's even more entertaining because like making a mistake in the wet track is not that big, but spinning out on the dry conditions, that's where it gets to your head. I mean, in the wet conditions, you can be like, okay, that's mostly because of the rain, but in here, the only excuse is you yourself and you. So we're gonna see how about that. Did Mepo just get ahead of Crazy Joe's under the safety car? Am I seeing correctly? What the frick? Anyway, we have Christian leading under the safety car, followed by Vetsace. Then we have Basco, Vlad Reed, Meepo, Crazy Joe's, Tenari, Bebix, Tipsy Bob, Ocean Chief, JC, Guria, and Tilde. A lot of possible winners we have right now. Vatsace, he's in the worst possible situation. Look at his tires, they're 11 laps old. He still hasn't came into the pits, I believe. No, it's 12, lap number 12, so we also have stopped under the first lap. But still.
Lepson says, Lepson has an opinion that mediums will make it to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with him on this one. I'm pretty sure that, including at least one more safety car other than this one, they're definitely going to make it to the finish line. And I can bet a lot of money right now that we're going to see at least one more safety car in this Grand Prix. I don't know what's the limit of safety cars. It's like 5, 6, something like that. But, I mean, there's got to be an end, right? We can't just have like 20 safety cars in this race.
I think we're gonna see one more safety car at least.
Yeah, I agree, like at least one more. So, for now,
we know the limit is 5, okay? We know the limit is 5.
Okay.
So we have 3 right now? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit the jackpots tonight. We have 30 laps. This is only 50% of the race so far. I feel like it's been 75 at least, and it's only half of this Grand Prix. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see at least one more, if not 2 safety cars in this race. So, I mean, Tipsy Bob, Ocean Chief, Bebix, and JC, they're all on fresh mediums, technically in the best situation to go for podium/victory, but there are a lot of cars ahead of them. There's Tunari in P7, Crazy Joe's ahead of him, then Meeple. And you know what's the best about this restart? Look at who's in P5 and P6. This is going to be another restart where Crazy Joe's is going to be restarting behind Meeple. This conflict goes on and on.
Are we gonna stay on Meeple Crazy Josh to see the restarts? Because safety car will be in this lap.
Okay, I mean, we have to focus on many stuff. I'm pretty sure Christian is gonna pull the gap over Vatsize with all respect, but look at the tire differences. I mean, Christian is just gonna send it. Vatsize is gonna defend from Basco, who is gonna be followed by Vlad Reed. Then we're gonna have Meeple and Crazy Joe's, who might join the fight as well. Tunari is in the worst couple in the midsection, in the midfield. So Bebix, Tipsy Bob, Ocean Chief, and JC will all have to find a way to get across and get ahead of Tunari.
They have to stay close though. Or to wait until the DRS. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the waiting for the DRS would be good, but then again, remember, 13 laps to go, not that much, and every single lap the race goes on, and every single lap Christian might be pulling the gap. So if you want to win this Grand Prix with Christian, I mean, if you want to beat this guy, you have to push since the moment the safety car comes in. And
safety car in this lap?
Yes, exactly. In this lap, safety car comes in.
13 laps to go.
With 13 laps to go, so half of the race is behind us, the second half is ahead of us. I mean, let's be honest, Christian is going to hold the gap. We're going to have to focus on the guys behind Vatsize, because this is basically going to be about who's going to be able to get the jump on Vatsize the fastest and then go after Christian, because Vatsize is definitely going to be, well, intentionally or not defending Christian's lead with his older tires. So Basco, Vlad Reed, Meeple, Crazy Joe's, they're all going to have a chance to get ahead of Vatsize, and they're going to have to do it as soon as possible. We're waiting for Christian to go. He's still warming up his tires. He's gonna give us the signal to go. Everybody patiently waiting behind him. Look at the focus and the guys in second place. And still not full throttle.
There he's going.
Christian is going. Here we go. Vatsa is going to have to defend a lot. Basco is in P3. Vlad Reed is already gaining position up into Basco. He's going to drop it into turn 1. Are they going to go clean through turn 1? This time they did, but Vlad Reed is again trying to win his position against Basco, but they're wasting time, and he squeezed himself. He squeezed Basco a bit. Mepo is now in P5. Bebix gets himself out of Crazy Joe's. Vatsa is finally drops P2 to Vlad Reed, who is now going to hunt down Christian in the lead, and we have another overtake for Tunari, who gets himself out of Crazy Joe's. Crazy Joe's trying to win this back, and they're going to go side by side. Crazy Joe's and Tunari. Crazy Joe's keep its position.
Overtakes Wizards.
So many action right now, and Crazy Joe's again trying to go around the outside, gets himself out of Tunari, that's for sure. Closing the door on him. A lot of tight racing we have in the front. For now, Vlad Reed is safe in the top 1. The top 3 is safe. Look at how close Meepo and Vatsize are, and Meepo drops to P5. He was already about to break ahead of this Red Bull, and he couldn't have done it. So for now, we're still looking at who's going to get ahead of Vatsize and when. Look at this train following Vatsize. Everybody who got ahead of Vatsize is already getting the pull away from him, and Meepo is about to join this club. Oh, this is going to be tight, and Meepo lost a bit of traction. He's going to not only not make an overtake, but he's going to lose position to the Bebix. Bebix gets himself ahead of Meepo. Beautiful move from him. Used the mistake of Meepo and is now benefiting from it down the inside of Red Bull. Close one.
Oh my God.
Spain at P5. This is amazing so far. Close racing as never in Baku we're seeing tonight. And Bebix is going to definitely move it right now. He's going to have all the way to the finish line. He's going to drag himself. Now he's going to make that overtake using his battery. Meepo is trying to make that as well. He's going to be free then into turn 1. Look at this. No, Vatsize doesn't have enough pace. Oh, does he? He does. So it's Vatsize against Bebix. Bebix using that maneuver, and he's going to go ahead, and Bebix, he's hit the wall. Too late on the brakes. Everything has gone to hell. And he also hit McLaren. Once
my God.
Bebix lost everything he was fighting for. He was going up into P3. He's now down all the way to P8. And Meepo is going to use that for sure. He's getting ahead of Vatsize up into P4. Alpha Tauris are looking strong as heck right now. They're in P3 and P4. Vatsize is keeping his little train going. This is not Fernando Alonso train, this is Vatsai's train for now. Crazy Jones is hunting him down in P6. Tonari, who is in P7 on very loose tires, and so is Vatsai's. Bebix, he's now trying to get past the McLaren. I'm pretty sure Bebix could have some damage on him. He's followed by Tipsy Bob and McLaren of Guria, then Ocean Chief, JC, and Tilde. What a close fight we have right now. I mean, look at the Ocean Chief. He was gaining a lot of positions, but now he's all the way in the bottom. And Crazy Joe's, he might be dropping place to Tonari. Yes, he is. A bit of contact between those two. But is, oh, look at this, side by side. No one's gonna give anything in here. And it is Tonari ahead of Crazy Joe's. Did he hit the wall as well?
And the wall, and Bibix hit him from behind.
Oh my god.
I don't know if Bibix has damage in the front wing.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt for Bebix, but he's still not gonna give anything here. Look at the fight in the midfield from Crazy Joe's all the way down to basically Ocean Chief, JC. Everybody from Crazy Joe's to all the way to the bottom are gonna be side by side any moment. DRS is now enabled. Let's see what's gonna change in the
Bebix is trying to overtake Crazy Joe's on the final straight.
And so now, for now, Bebix has to give it up. Yeah, Bebix must have some kind of damage because look at the way he's coming to the corners, braking very early, so much pressure on the brakes to get out of those corners. He's now going to follow Crazy Joe's. He is followed by Tipsy Bob himself, who is followed by Guria. Guria is making a bit of gap because he's got on. He is wearing hard compound tires, and Tipsy Bob and Bebix are mediums. Ocean Chief gets himself ahead of Guria, does he? Yes, he does. Side by side a bit from them. But Ocean Chief has done it. He's up into P10. Guria is trying to stay in his position. He clipped the back of the front of JC, but he's keeping his place for now, and Tilde is closing the gaps. The top 5 guys, not a lot of overtake between them. Tonari is getting closer to that size. A very good pace from Tonari, despite having the very old hard compound tires. Crazy Jules, he's having his own new train right now.
And Bibix is right behind him.
Yeah, look at it. It's not only Bebix, it's Bebix, Tipsy Bob, Ocean Chief, and Guri, and JC, everybody.
Oh my god.
The whole grid is behind Crazy Joe's, who is trying to defend with everything is got.
The way they cross the castle sector gives me the creeps. It's so close to the barriers.
I mean, if you are getting the creeps, think about what these guys are going through. Bebix, he's gonna try to make a move. No, he can't right now.
He's waiting, he's waiting. He's waiting for the DRS.
He's waiting for the DRS down the back straight. Crazy Joe's is gonna be defenseless, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be not only Bebix but Tipsy Bob trying to capitalize on this DRS as well. We have an overtake between the teammates. Meko gets himself ahead of Basco. Haven't seen if this was due to a fight or a team order, but still, look at this. Here comes Bebix, here comes Tipsy Bob, and Crazy Joe's is coming into the pit lane. Ocean Chief is gonna try to make some use of that DRS. No, he's staying in P9. So Crazy Joe's in the pits right now. We're expecting Tonari and Vatsai to come.
I think Ocean will attack this sector.
He's gonna have to wait a bit, that's for sure. Tonari's already cut up to Vatsai's. Meanwhile, the two Alpha Towers are going together. They're actually making this a lot of teamwork. One of them let each other through, and they're now lifting each other. The Red Bull driver is still trying to get McLaren behind him, but this is basically a fight with no weapon, because look at McLaren, he's sitting on his back wing, not even sitting, he's breathing down his neck. He's gonna do it into this corner, does he? Oh, not enough pace, he's gonna have to back it up for now. So now he stays in P6. Bebix already getting closer, so this is gonna be another lap of Vatsai's train. Which one is it already? Vatsai is having his train from midway of the race, and now it's Tonari, Bebix, Tipsy Bob, Ocean Chief in that little train. And,
a lot of action, I don't know where to focus.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the closest fight we have right now is the guys from P5 all the way down to P9. The top guys are spread it a bit, and the bottom guys are fighting, but not much for points. We're gonna have to focus on the guys from P5 to the bottom, because look at this, Tonari again trying to get ahead of that Red Bull. Not enough space quite yet, but he's gonna try to get him down the back straight, and this is gonna be a must-have. And Tonari, is he gonna do it?
He's going for it, but Bebix is
coming in. There's a 3 cars wide, so now
and the
who's
Ferrari.
gonna be best? Bebix, Tonari, and Tipsy Bob all together, but it's Bebix coming out on top of this
A
fight.
little bit of touch.
Oh, he's went too wide. Oh, they collected each other. Oh my goodness me, how did they stay on the track? Because Tipsy
And
is having
Ocean
Tonari
from
lifted.
this fight gained 2 places.
Oh my god, Tonari contact with Bebix, which was beneficial for Ocean Chief, who's not only getting ahead of both of them, but he's also getting ahead of Tipsy Bob. He's now up into P5. What a drive from him. And Bebix and Tonari made an awful mistake. They hit each other. Bebix went too wide, lost the traction. Tonari went a bit too wide as well, and they clipped each other. Guria is now on the back of Tonari. Again, we have a big train followed from the guys in the top 5 all the way down to the bottoms in P10, and JC is in 11th position, then the butt size in P12. He came into the pits for fresh soft tires, but are they going to last to the finish line? I have to wonder about that. And Gracie Jones is down in P14. Also a reminder that Christian is still leading with over 4-second gap over Vlad Reed, who is in 2nd place, hunting him down, trying to stay behind him, hoping for the mistake of the opponent. Meepo is in P3, so far pulling away from his teammate Basco, who is down in P4, and Ocean Chief, basically he's gonna have a very difficult time. He wants to get back into the podium fight, but he can't, despite having better tires. Tonari makes out of Bebix, and we have a yellow flag. What happened? That is Red Bull driver, JC, who hit the wall. We have
Torsion Sector 2.
Sector 2, the bridge
And
from his front
the 2 Red Bulls.
Yes, so JC is gonna have to pit, I'm pretty sure, because he damaged his wing a bit hard. Now let's take a look at the main straight, because there's a lot of fight between those guys. Bebix, Guria, Tonari, all side by side. Tilde is there as well, and Guria is gonna make a move down the inside. No, he's gonna have to back it up for now. Bebix sliding again, he hit him as well. They clipped Bebix again, and Guria, well, he made an overtake, but for what cause? Because Bebix has lost another position after, well, it was half of his mistake and half of the mistake of Guria that led to Bebix losing another position. He's now down into P8, Tonari holding him through in P9, and Tilde in P10 also sitting at the back of them. From different kind of perspective, we have Ocean Chief fighting Tipsy Bob, but they should cooperate at this point, because the guys in the top, despite being on very old, used, hard compound tires compared to the relatively fresh medium tires, are still beneficial in the situation. Despite having the worst tires on the track, they are still going for podium places. And if Tipsy Bob and Ocean Chief will not figure it out to cooperate in this race, they're not going to even get close to the podium.
I have to let Lepson know that I'm not eating. I don't know how you came to that conclusion.
I mean, why would they? I mean, you're certainly watching the race, we are seeing those incidents. I mean, we haven't avoided any safety cars so far. I mean, maybe under the safety car. Maybe you did a bit under the safety car. I'm not going to blame you for that, but still, this is too much to follow at the same time.
Gamer says the second half of the season is ours. I don't know. I think he's referring to the performance of the Mercedes.
Maybe they're bringing in some secret updates. Maybe they're gonna extend some contract like Lewis Hamilton won. So we're gonna have to find out. Ocean Chief, he's gonna make the place back ahead of Tipsy Bob again down the back straight due to DRS support.
They're closing the gap from Basco. Not that fast, but they're closing.
Yeah, I mean, slowly but surely, eventually they'll get it. Look at this, that size, who was having the biggest straight of this race, has now picked up the fastest lap on a fresh sub compound. A bit unexpected from him for sure, but nonetheless, well done. And Ocean Chief is now really working hard to get this gap closed. Is Tipsy Bob gonna help him do that by not attacking this guy? Or is he gonna have to? Because look at this, Guria is already gaining time towards these guys. He's already very closing in on Tipsy Bob and Ocean Chief. Bebix is there as well. Then he's having a lot of space between himself and Tonari, who is down 2 seconds behind him. He is followed by Tilde, who is followed by Wet Size, JC, and Gracie Joes in the back with 6 laps to go. This is going to be interesting to say the least. Christian still doing comfortably. And look at Meepo. He's already getting closer towards Vlad Reed, who was safe and sound in P2 for a long time in this race, but now he's not going to be anymore. They're on the same type of compound, which just proves that Meepo is faster right now. And if I were to predict something in this scenario, I would say Meepo would be able to come out on top if he won't make a mistake. Vasco is 7 seconds behind the podium finishers, so I would have to make a bold prediction. If none of the podium riders at the moment, presumably pole riders, will make a mistake themselves or collide with each other, it's gonna be podium for Christian, Vlad Reed, and Meepo. We don't know in which direction yet, in which who's gonna be second and who's gonna be third, but we're gonna have to wait and find out. Meepo down the inside into turn 1. He's gonna make that move. Yes, he will, using the BOS. Tipsy Bob getting back ahead of Ocean Chief. Tunari wants the piece. Guria wants to take a piece of that kick as well, and he does get himself ahead of there. What is happening right now? That was Meepo. What happened to Meepo? I was focusing on Tipsy Bob and Guria. Have you seen what happened to Meepo?
Yes, I did. I was watching Meepo and Vlad Reed. They touched each other and Meepo spun.
Oh my god, but they're still side by side. They've lost heck a lot of seconds. Look at this, Basco was about 7 seconds behind them. He's now 1.7 behind them, so they've lost about 6 seconds together. Bebix is now trying to join the fight with Ocean Chief, but he's not quite, the reverse one. Ocean Chief is trying to get ahead of Bebix, and we're seeing now Guria making a great drive for himself despite being on the hard compound tires. He not only was able to get ahead of Ocean Chief and Bebix, but he's now hunting down Tipsy Bob, looking really solid in that McLaren. We have also Bebix trying to get closer back after a bit of contact, because while Meepo was having his own problems with Brad Reed, we also had problems in the midfield between Tipsy Bob, Guria, and Bebix. This is the reason why Bebix is now having such a big drop towards Guria. They also came together again out of those turn 1 and turn 2, where Bebix is losing a lot of traction, and McLaren also clipped him just a bit. I think it was McLaren or Ferrari. Anyway, they've contacted a bit. That caused Bebix to drop back a bit behind the McLaren of Guria. Ocean Chief is now defending from Tunari. Tunari is really closing
Ocean had a little bit of wobble at the exit of the corner before the end of sector 2.
And look at this, despite Tunari being on very much used hard compound tires after being on them for 16 laps, he is still, with the help of DRS and drag, gonna get himself ahead of Ocean Chief up into P8. Of course, this will switch from time to time before the final line of the race. But still, that looks good for him. In the meantime, Meepo is extending his gap over Vlad Reed. At least he's trying to get himself ahead. We have a yellow flag, sector 1. That was Red Bull driver or Bebix. That was Bebix. He's down to P9 again, suffering from those issues with low traction in sector 1 and 2. He's having a lot of moments where he's very close of hitting the wall. Sometimes he even scraped the wall with no traction on himself.
I think we lost the sun. Well, it is my idea.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to see about that.
It's not sunny anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's not sunny, but...
Do you think we're gonna have rain in the last 4 laps?
I mean, oh, look at this Bebix! He's completely out! He's spun all the way through. Vatsai's in the meantime retired, and I'm pretty sure Bebix is gonna as well, because Bebix, trying to get out of the spin, destroyed his front wing completely. He's gonna bring out the yellow flag. So again, Vatsai's have... Vatsai didn't retire, he just left the game. His bot is driving because he left the game, probably some kind of error. And Bebix, well, he just completely botched his chance for a good finish. He's gonna get overtaken by everybody in a second. So for now, the point runners are Christian going for the win, Meepo going for second place, Vlad Reed closing in on the podium, Basco is in 4th, then Tipsy Bob P5, P6 for Guria, P7 for Chinari, Ocean Chief in P8, P9 for Tilde, P10 for Vatsai, who is, well, 8k for now. P11 would have to go for now to Crazy Joe's because it's a matter of seconds once he gets ahead of Bebix. And then JC will also try to get ahead of him from P13. Yeah, Crazy Joe's is fighting Bebix. We have a 3-second time penalty for Bebix for cutting the corners. We have overtake from McLaren as well. Guria again ahead of Tipsy Bob. So this is a great maneuver from him. A couple of laps to go. The closest fight we have right now are between Tipsy Bob and Guria and Tunari and Ocean Chief. McLaren drivers giving us some entertainment right now. Last time we had the same team riders battle each other and battle some different guys on the track. It was 2 Mercedes guys. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but last time they were fighting alongside each other, they both went DNFs. So we'll see what's going to happen with McLaren. Wink, wink. Guria is so far defending in P5. Tipsy Bob trying to get ahead of him as well. 11 laps old, hard compound tires for Guria, and 11 lap old for McLaren. And wait a minute, is it raining? Is it raining?
Yes, it's raining.
It is.
I told you we lost the sun.
You got it right all the way from the beginning. You should really replace those Ferrari engineers. I mean, holy moly. And we're gonna have rain for last 3 laps.
Okay. Now you're offending me. You can't compare me to Ferrari engineers, okay?
No, I mean I'm promoting you. I'm saying that you are better than them. You should replace them. You know. Oh my God! Look at Guria! Look at Guria! No traction whatsoever, and he just went Kimi Raikkonen style, drifting into the corner, losing a lot of places and time. He's gonna go all the way down.
Maybe go for Inters. Oh my God! Imagine that.
This is basically a gamble right now. Do you stay out for those couple of laps remaining to get that safe position, or do you want to gamble to go for intermediates, losing a lot of time in the pit lane and trying to pick up some points? And we have a first pit stop. That's Meepo. Very dangerous. He was in P3, going for a safe podium. This is going to be very different for him.
DRS is enabled again. Still enabled.
It's still enabled. Tunari is also gonna go into the pits for now. So is Ocean Chief. Look at how many pit stops we have. Meepo, Tunari, Ocean Chief, Tilde. So many pit stops.
They're going for the Inters. They're going for the
Inters. So it is intermediate conditions. This race can be still flipped 180 degrees. Look at this. Christian leading so far safe. He's got 11-second gap over Vlad Reed, who is second. Basco is 3 seconds behind Vlad Reed. Then Tipsy Bob is 3 seconds behind those guys, and 6 seconds behind them are Guria. We'll see at Meepo. Take a look at Meepo. Is he going to benefit on time to Guria? Yes, he is, which means this is time for intermediates. Those are no longer dry conditions. This is not about gamble anymore. You have to come into the pits right now, or you're going to lose a lot of time, or at least you're going to risk losing a lot of time. We'll see. Meepo was one of the first people who came for intermediates. We're going to see how much is he going to benefit, but the question is, there's still DRS open, and that is McLaren! That is McLaren of Guria! He's out as well. It was Tunari. I jinxed McLaren. I just realized I jinxed McLaren. First it was Tunari, then it's Guria. Both of the McLarens have spawned under
It's wet conditions. It's intermediate conditions, guys.
Yeah, it's definitely raining so far. It's intermediate conditions. But the funny thing is, DRS is still enabled, right? I mean, I haven't seen them close it off.
It was enabled in the previous lap. I don't know now.
Let's take a look at VAT size. Oh, we're not going to look at VAT size because not only VAT size but Guria, they both hit the wall. VAT size lost his whole front wing, and Guria definitely has some kind of damage as well. VAT size, who was breaking a brilliant comeback, has now hit the wall. He's out of the wing. He doesn't have a front wing anymore. We have pit stops from Vlad Reed.
Yes, the Inters are closing the gap to the...
Yes. To the
dry tires.
Vlad Reed is coming in, but the interesting fact, look at this. Christian and Basco staying out. They're not going to come until the finish of the race. And Meepo is only 10 seconds behind with 2 laps to go. Would you take a gamble to say that Meepo can still get that P2 from his teammate?
He's closing the gap, but he's not fast enough.
He basically decreased the gap by 1 second in one sector. I mean, this would be 6 seconds in 2 laps, and the conditions keep getting worse, and the hard compound tires of the leaders are getting worse. What interesting is now, can Christian not hold his lead because he has comfortably lead, but can he keep the car on the track with 17 seconds worth of gap? Can he bring this car across the finish line? Imagine if he would make some kind of mistake right now. I'm not going to even say this to the finish.
It's a big risk now from Christian, because if he spans and breaks his front wing, then it's basically game over.
Yeah, I mean, so much difficult things right now. DRS is now disabled. This is definitely, if you are still having any doubts about the tire situation, this is your timing to say this is time for intermediates. No more slicks enabled. And we have a crash! Bonk! Look at this castle section! 3 cars hit each other!
Oh my god!
VAT size, I think it was Guria who started it. No, sorry, it was Tunari. Tunari started it, he hit the wall coming into the castle section. Then it was just a chain reaction with VAT size hitting him and Guria as well.
Benson has a front wheel damage.
Yeah, VAT size basically doesn't have a front wing anymore. Tunari neither, and Tunari gets a second time penalty. This is going to be huge for the finish race of McLaren's. Christian, I mean, it's basically almost safe. He has 1 lap to go on these very tricky conditions. He can just basically, like, tiptoe to the finish line. Yellow flag in the back. That is another collision for Haas. He's out. Breezy Jones is out of the race. He hit the corner. Do you know which corner it was? It was the corner that made you all shiver because he was just made a mistake in there. And you were right. He just got himself out of this race in that corner.
People doesn't have the time to close the gap between him and Christian.
Yeah, Tsunami gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
But
I'm pretty
he
sure
didn't.
he's retiring. Yes, he's retiring in there. Which is surprising because I'm pretty sure he'll be in the points, right? I mean, JC had a 15-second gap behind him. Interesting. Anyway, we're looking at the final lap. It is already the final lap of the race.
Gordon lost the breaking point.
Yeah, Christian looks like he's gonna pick up that win after all for making a big risk of staying out on the intermediates. Mepo, he is gonna pick up the P2 unless he makes a mistake, and Vlad Reed will be coming in P3 to close the podium finishers. Now P4 would belong to Basco, who is still on slick tires. Tipsy Bob would climb all the way up into P5. Ocean Chief still trying to get back up into P5 ahead of Tipsy Bob, but he's still in P6 for now. Tirbes sliding, but he's still holding it for the P7. Or Red Size is in P8 with no wing and slick tires, still holding on. And Guria, he's about to drop position. He also does have a wing. He drops position to Able Driver. JC goes up into P9. So, the final back straight for leader of the race, who made a huge gamble and huge risk and lost a lot of his advantage in the final moments of the race, but he was the one who stands tall after dominating the qualifying session. He wins the very tricky and very difficult Baku Azerbaijan Grand Prix. McLaren of Guria made another mistake in the final corner, but that doesn't matter for now. Meepo, he comes in second place to be on the podium, and the podium is closed by the Williams of Vlad Reed. In P4, we're about to have AlphaTauri driver Basco. There was a great race for AlphaTauri. They pick up P2 and P4, so they're definitely going to be happy about that. Basco now comes across the finish line in P4, and the drag race to the finish line. No, Ocean Chief is too much in the back. He's not going to be any risk for the Ferrari driver. Tipsy Bob comes home 5th, followed by Ocean Chief in 6th. Hilda has climbed all the way up into P7 after What Size had a huge impact. And look at this! JC is out on the final lap, on the final back straight. Not much of a change for him, but he's going to drop position to Guria, who is now, despite having no wing and the oldest tire except for Christian, slick tires, I have to add, is going to pick up P9, and JC closes the finishing pointing positions. Tonari 11, Rosie Joes, then we have 2 Mercedes as well. I mean, what a race we had tonight. Every single time I think those races can't get any more crazy, they just do. They just always do.
Viva driver of the day says the game.
I mean, do we agree with that? I mean, he definitely had a lot of overtakes, a lot of different fights, but there are multiple candidates. I mean, Christian was just pure nice Verstappen today. Didn't left a single space for mistakes. We also had a lot of different competitors. We also had, I'm pretty sure Ocean Chief went down from P13 to P6. I'm pretty sure about that. Who else could be the driver of the day today? I mean, a lot of different possibilities.
We will see after the results.
Yeah, I mean, there still could be major result changes after the penalties will be applied. So, the driver of the day, I don't know, maybe it's going to be Meepo. Do you agree that Meepo could deserve it?
Meepo started P15.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically closes the argument. I mean, P15 up into P2, yeah, that's like obvious. Now I just realized that. So, that's it for the race tonight. That was crazy. Are we gonna have some kind of interviews as well, as usual? Let's see. I mean, there is Meepo in the interview channel, so I guess he just asks himself to be moved in here, so we're gonna do that. So, are you ready to interview Meepo? Let's do it. Hello, Meepo.
Hello.
First of all, congratulations for the great result again and picking up the driver of the day all the way down from P15 up into P2. Give us your reflection and your emotions after the race.
Well, I think it was quite chaos, quite chaotic race from my perspective. Looked very hard to drive on the wet. Good job for Christian to trying to keep the car on the track. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. I thought maybe my undercut would have worked against him, but it didn't. That's just also my problem for being maybe too slow.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a crazy race and a very difficult race. What was the most difficult part of the race? Was it side by side because we saw you collide with a couple of drivers, especially that collision with Crazy Joe's, or was the raining part more difficult for you?
I'd say it's the raining part and trying to like have good pace and trying to catch up the car ahead and overtaking the rain. I think that's also quite hard.
Mm-hmm. What was the mistake? What happened in between you and Crazy Joe's in that castle section? Was it him too late on the brakes, or did you went too early? Like, what happened from your perspective in this incident?
I mean, I'm braking at the normal braking point. He just bundled me, so I'm not like, yeah.
So he must have made a mistake then. Anyway, again, congratulations for amazing drive today, and thank you for this interview.
You're very welcome, and thank you.
Thank you. So, I believe this is it for tonight. We already have the driver of the day. We have the results. So, that will be all from our side of the streaming site. Remember to follow our league on YouTube and Twitch. We're now doing the multi-streaming services we're providing for you. We're racing every Tuesday, Wednesday. Wait, it was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have 3 different tiers. All of them racing at 19:30 of Central European time. So, thank you for joining us tonight in this incredible race on the stream. Again, apologies for every mistake that we've made along the way in terms of the commentary. My name was CM Punk, and today my co-host was, as always,
Babulas. I want to thank each and everybody in the Twitch community that gave us the support we need to grow the channel, and hopefully we'll see you again soon tomorrow with the Tier 1 Championship and an exciting race again in Baku, and I think it's gonna be a full wet race, I hope.
yeah, I mean, those wet races are something different.
I
so,
told you I wanted the wet race, and you saw what happened.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically incredible. You just came in and just said, I want a wet race, and it just happened like that. I don't think it was even supposed to be raining. It was just raining for like those last 4 laps, but it was raining super hard,
So I think tomorrow we'll have the creme de la creme of the championship. So stay here, follow us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.